You're listening to Rod and Style Radio, the latest podcast brought to you by rodandstyle.com, which is where you can find links for merch, videos from our YouTube channel, along with stories and tech talk from some of the greatest folks in the culture. So grab the wheel, it's about to get wild. You've tuned in to Rod and Style.
This is Charlotte, and welcome to Rod and Style Radio. I'm so happy we finally get more girls on here. I'm so excited. Now, it's okay, because I'm nervous as fuck, too. So
I'm just glad you guys find me interesting enough to have me, on the show. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and start letting us know a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, let's see. I guess my stage name would be the Vagabond Vixen, and I've been going by that for, I think it's been about 4 years. And I started that as soon as I got into doing the vintage hair and makeup styling. And I fell into that because I was in a relationship with a photographer for a few years who was a pinup photographer who toured. Mm-hmm. And so prior to that, I always just loved the aesthetics. To be honest, I didn't even know there was a subculture of people that dressed like this and got together and did events. It was so bizarre to me to find out that there was more people like me outside of my small town in Florida,
Yeah.
So that was, that was been about 4 years. And so getting into that, started finding out that there was these things called pinup contests, which also blew my mind, and which was so weird now thinking about it, but it did back then. And then being in that relationship, that led me to doing the hair and makeup, because I've been my day job, my primary job is I'm a sports massage therapist, and I've been doing that for 9 years now. So I have my own practice here in town.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah.
Is that
so
like
I've been doing
professional sports?
I started out doing NFL. I had a lot of Jaguar clients from Jacksonville. So I started out working on football players, and I had some soccer players and basketball as well. But that wore me out. That was a lot of work. Good money, but a lot of work. So I've traveled all over doing that. I've been in and out of the country doing that. And then I went to India and became a yoga teacher too. So play around with that a little bit as well. But like I said, before doing the pinup stuff, that was my primary thing. And then when this got introduced to me, it was just a whole nother world. And it was kind of, nerve-wracking to be already 30 years old and then diving into a new career that I'd never done before. I never did anyone else's makeup prior to my own. So I had a crash course lesson of a few months of working with different artists and flying out, taking classes from His Vintage Touch and Rockabilly Ruby at the time. And so I did all that training, and then I did hair and makeup for about 2 years on tour.
Wow. I mean, it's beautiful. I've seen the work that you do. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, obviously, look at how gorgeous you... Our viewers, they can't see how gorgeous you look right now, but, anytime,
You're sweet. Girl, I already worked all day. I did 3 massages. I ran around I had to run around town getting stuff ready for the wedding, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. And speaking of... So, yeah, you're getting married, that I see.
So crazy. Man, I tell you... After my last relationship, prior to that, I was single for 8 years, and I just was convinced I was going to be a gypsy woman forever. I was okay with that. I settled into that. I love that. And then when I came back home after being on tour, I had no intention of meeting someone. And it's so weird because, they always say that when you're not expecting it, that's when it happens.
Yep.
And it did. I was like, oh, that's bullshit. It's just a fairy tale. But it totally did. I met him at work, and I work with a nurse practitioner. We do hormone replacement therapy as well. So anyhow, he was coming in, and the nurse practitioner knew my type and introduced us. And he said he wanted to book a massage, but I did not want him as a client because I don't like to mix the two. So he had texted me to tell me he was going to book an appointment one day. And I just took the chance and said, hey, would you like to come to my birthday party in 2 days? I was like, there's so many people coming. It's going to be a big thing. I lied. I had 3 friends, right? So I told all my friends, I'm like, oh my God, I just invited this guy. He said yes. I told him it was like a big party. It's just going to be us. If I don't know what to say, can you talk to him too? I don't want this to be weird. And yeah, I mean, it went so well, and he hasn't left my side since, and then proposed in 5 months. So here we are.
Well, I mean, it's destined at that point then, because it took how many months for you to propose to me? 3 months?
3 months?
Yeah. And we've been
only 3?
Yeah, and we've been married. This year will be our 3rd year married together.
Oh, congratulations. That's beautiful. I guess like when you know,
she ghosted me 3 times, though. I'm going to put that out there.
I was like, no. I was like very like, because I'm a nurse. I was like, no, I'm just going to work. I'm going to work all the damn time. I don't care. I don't want to date. Like, fuck that. I'm done.
Absolutely.
And then he's over here like, oh, let's hang out. Let's hang out. And you know, when you're working like 18 hours, 16-hour days, like you don't want to do shit. You just want to go home.
Nope.
So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. And then what would happen? I fell asleep all the time, and he would think, oh, she's just standing me up. I was like, no, I like legit went home and went to bed. So yeah, it was the 4th.
He probably thought you had like 10 other guys you were talking to, and you just decided to go out with somebody else that night. But yeah, I get it. I'm a homebody too. So when I wasn't working, I wanted to just be home to relax, you know?
Yeah, no, it wasn't until we started. It was that one date, and then we were together all the time, and then he was like, man, you really do sleep. I was like, yes, I'm a sloth. I like to be home and relaxed, and I genuinely would fall asleep all the time.
I love it. I love sleep. I have to have it. But that's cute. So he was persistent, and it paid off. So there you go.
See, she makes it sound nice for you.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
I love it.
So let's get talking about Florida Ma'am. I see that you have your own little page as well. So why don't you tell all our viewers and listeners about that as well?
Yeah, so I'm very much, I know I'm 35, but I feel like I'm 19, and sometimes I feel like an 8-year-old too. So my creativeness, like I always, kind of, I think, escape reality in my head. And Florida Ma'am came because really for about the past 2 years, part of my therapy for myself, besides working out, it's a part of working out, but I would just walk the trail every day down where I was living and kind of daydream. And it just came to me, and it was basically a combination of everything that I have been through in life to this point. Basically just taking all the different facets of my personality and then blending them together. And so Florida Ma'am is this, basically, like Ellie Mae Clampett?
Yes.
On the Beverly Hills. That's it. So it's this really pretty, cute girl who likes to, do her hair and makeup, and but also likes to wrestle or go outside and just be out in nature. And that's kind of like what I grew up with. My dad is very much a combination of Crocodile Dundee and MacGyver mixed together. So I'm the product of that. So I like to say I'm like Dolly Parton and Ellie Mae mixed together. And yeah, so I found that a lot of girls really liked my own aesthetic vibe when it would come to retro hair and makeup, yet maybe some of my clothing or the things that I did kind of represented more of my country style or like just the nature side. So it was kind of just tying that all together. So Florida Ma'am's like different designs with cute pinup girls riding alligators with snake lassos, or I kind of mixed some NASCAR stuff in there coming up, or like basically Bigfoot, or Skunk Ape is what we call him in Florida. That's her secret admirer. So I have some designs of him like peeping Tom, of her washing in the river. So I have a whole bunch of stuff coming out soon, but it's really just a combination of my personality and the things that I enjoy, and kind of to represent all the Florida girls.
Oh, well, that's not. I really like the designs you come up, because it gives me like those old cartoony vibes when like it was like the one that you always showed me all the time, the one with the wolf and then like the pinup girl and he's always whistling at her.
Oh, Red Hot Riding Hood, yeah.
It's like it reminded me a lot of that, and I was like, ooh, I like that. That's nice.
So actually, the the artist I hired, have you guys seen Rudu's, have you heard of Rudu on Instagram?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's got like crazy amount of followers. She's wonderful. So when I was on tour working for the photographer at the time that I was with, I had hired her to do some designs for us. But we always kept in contact, and through that, she's just grown and gotten incredibly just amazing. Her work's amazing. But I hired her for this project, and so I've been working with her probably for the past 2 years. It took me about 2 years to really get it to all come to fruition. I know you guys know how that goes with starting
of course.
something. Time, effort, money. But this is the first time I'm actually mentioning it because I haven't talked about it online at all. But for about the past year, we have been working on, I'm getting her a work visa. And I'm going to be moving her to the States from Colombia, her and her family. And I will be her manager, and she will be my primary artist.
Wow.
Fingers crossed. I just had some stuff come in from Homeland Security today. Yeah. Like, I have this baby tiny business I just started, and then I am working with, like I said, Homeland Security on getting someone, a visa. But it means a lot for me to get her out of Bogota, where she's from, because she said it's not safe.
Yeah.
She wants more opportunities for her kids. And so I told her, hands down, whatever I can do to get you here, I just really applaud you for doing it the right way and making it legit. And so we've been working together with her lawyer, my lawyer, and hopefully she'll be here within 6 to 8 months. So.
Wow.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
that's exciting. So exciting.
I haven't told anyone that I'm going to be her manager, so I hope it all works out. And then, if that's the case, then we'll definitely be traveling together, doing as many shows as possible. She actually has, a lot of places overseas, like Argentina. She has a big conference there. She's going to be doing in the fall. She asked me to come with her there. So hopefully everything will just transpire and kind of lead into more opportunities for me and her together. So.
Man, there's a lot of cool artists coming out of South America because we just started working with one. What was Soul Rack?
Yeah, Soul Rack, who does all the rockabilly, psychobilly posters, like the ones that he does. The most famous one he's done recently was with the Delta Bombers, where it's those cartoon versions of them, where it's black, purple, and green. He does a lot of cool artwork, and so he's doing something for us, and he's done. He's done Viva posters. He's done
the meeting posters.
Yeah, the psychobilly meeting that go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's done a lot of big posters for people. And
I'll follow him.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest people ever. He is so sweet, and he's I'll do anything y'all need. Just let me know. We've had so much fun working with him, so we're excited. Once it's done, to be able to show everybody what we got going on with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to give him a follow and see if maybe I can incorporate him too. Because I love, what it comes down to is just I love art, whether it's in the form of music, fashion, hair and makeup, so any way that I can support that community, music, I do. So that's awesome. I'll check them out.
Very cool. Charlotte, what was your first car? What did you drive when you were in high school?
Oh man, I was so spoiled. I feel so bad. I made my parents buy me several new cars. I don't even know why I did that. Such an asshole. I grew up extremely poor, right? Until the time that I turned 14, and my mom became a nurse, worked her way. She didn't go to college until she was 44. And then my dad worked his way up with no college degree. So by the time I hit a teenager, they finally had some money. And I'm like, oh yeah, now it's time for you to buy me a nice car, totally entitled. And I think my first car, it was stupid. It was a Kia Sportage. But back then I was like, oh man, this is awesome. And then I drove that for a year. And then I got a brand new Toyota Celica because I'm like, oh, I want a fast, cute red car. And they bought that for me too. Such an asshole. And then 2 years later, I had my first real job. I was delivering pizzas. I was 19.
Same.
And I bought one of the brand. Oh yeah, you too. I bought a charger. So I was the only 19-year-old with a brand new charger. I paid for this one myself. I don't know why I took on a $600 car payment at 19 delivering pizzas, but I thought I was just the coolest thing ever.
Right. Those tips are gone.
I know.
It's do you see what I'm driving right now? I need that tip right now. You need to give me something decent.
I brought your pizza in style.
In style. I had tinted windows. I had 22s. I was just like, yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. Okay,
I love it. I had to get that little kick in there.
And I wrote that car, and man, I was horrible about taking care of it, but I like wrote it until, like, I swear to you, I paid off the damn thing, was so proud. The next month later, the engine blew. Because I didn't take care of it. Total girl. So, and then I just bought, right now I drive a Hyundai Sonata. I bought 2 of those. They're pretty good cars. So they're just something.
Hey, I mean, I got my little daily driver, my little Nissan. I'm like, that's my best car ever. It is good on gas. And now now I'm like, I've made the responsible choices now. Yeah. You're like, oh.
That's how I feel. Now I do want to, so we are actually, I'm wanting to get, so my fiance is a welder fabricator, so he can, we've been talking about getting a project car. And once again, I don't know much about like what I want, but I would really kind of like to have like a 70s style, like Ford truck or something. I feel like that would be super cool. But we actually just had a friend ask us, I'm assuming you probably know what it is. I don't know what it is, but a deuce and a half.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, giant truck.
Yeah, so that I don't know how to drive. It'll probably take me 10 years to learn. But we're thinking about getting it because it's a fixer-upper. But I could put like the Florida Man thing on the side.
Yeah.
And shoot out T-shirts of it at festivals and just be like something like super. Once again, mixing like that weird like military style country thing with the pinup stuff. So that's my goal right now. I guess we'll see if it happens.
Well, yeah, you can make like a matching jumpsuit to go with it. Like there's like a whole different way you can go about it. Oh my God, I got ideas going through my head. I'm like, that'd be really cool to see.
I like the weirdest shit. Like I also have a thing with vampire teeth. I got custom things when I was out in LA by Father Sebastian. So sometimes I'll wear my vampire teeth. My fiance is like, what the hell? I'm like, listen, it all works once you put it together. Just trust me.
That is awesome.
That's what makes it you. That's what makes it unique is that you like to mix like a lot of different concepts together. That's why you have your unique style and why so many people like love what you do. I mean, me being one of them, but you know,
aw, same girl.
Like it's just really cool that, you know, now I'm seeing, because I was the same way. I didn't think that pinups was a thing. I didn't think that people did it. Like I'm over here thinking, man, I do this. Like this is cool. And then I was like, holy shit, there's like a whole world of women that love doing this, that take their own, you know, spin on it. And it's like now that I'm getting to see it, I'm like, wow, this is nice. Because when I first started doing like pinup contests and stuff, because I like doing them. They're fun for me. I may say I'm nervous as fuck all the way up till I get to the stage, but yeah, I do it. But like when I first started doing,
a lot of courage, honestly, because I don't even have enough. I like to judge because I don't like being on stage. So I applaud you for doing that.
Thank you. When I first started doing it, you know, like when people think of pinups, they don't think of women with tattoos or, you know, like I have plugs, I have giant ear piercings, and then I have my nose ring, I have my tongue, I have all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I wasn't used to seeing that, and now that it's coming up bigger, it's like, okay, like you can do this and still you can still dress like the 50s and the 60s and still look classy even if you have tattoos. Because when I first started doing it, people were like, why? Like, that's not how they looked. And it's like, yeah, but this is my take on it. Like, this is what I like to do. And it's not the
50s and 60s, asshole. Like, yeah, of course, like, things change. Like, people say that to me all the time. Like, well, they didn't have tattoos back then. I'm like, no shit, but we're not there now. And I look way cooler than they did. So
yeah, exactly. I was like, excuse me, they also didn't have eyelashes and have ways to do bigger hair and all the things that I like to do, which you complimented me on. Like,
exactly. Or make as much money as we make now. So, you know, I'll take that any day.
You know, and their pageants back then, like that was just the Miss America pageant. Like, you know, they weren't trying to dress up like pinups. That's just how they looked. So it was like now it's like this is 2022. Like this is how we look now.
Yeah, exactly. It's so cool. Hey, listen, I'm gonna put the video on pause for a second. I need to get my charger. I'm not wearing pants. My computer's gonna die, so I'm just gonna turn off the video. I'll figure out how to do this. Okay, just hold on.
All of our podcast listeners are like, damn, no video.
Damn it. Okay. You might want to just turn your head for a second.
Don't be looking.
Joe Rogan makes this look way too easy. It's really not.
Oh, we know. Trust me. We've had so many other interviews that we're like fucking up the audio. The videos are fucking up. We're like, well, damn.
Oh yeah, we've had a couple. We've had a couple where it's like, can we just call you on the phone because this is not working.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, no, we're waiting for that Joe Rogan money.
If only.
If only.
I can't even imagine 200. I think my fiance is like a super fan, and I like listening to his stuff too, just because I truly like. I mean, for me, I didn't go to college. Actually, I dropped out after 15, and I think I turned out pretty fine, But listening to podcasts like that, it's like being in college because you have all these experts that you're listening to, and it's so much knowledge, and especially being busy day-to-day life, like it's just something that I really like to do because I mean it's just a really great outlet for learning.
Oh yeah, when we're on the road, we like to listen to a lot of different ones as well. Because sometimes like you don't want to hear the same song 80 billion times. You just want to hear people talking and be like, oh, this is nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you're on a 16-hour road trip, about 1 hour of that's good for music, and then the rest of it's like, let's just find a good conversation somewhere.
You just lose the hype of driving. You're like, well, shit.
It's true. Sometimes it just even needs silence,
Oh yeah, no, we do that. Usually it's when one of us is like switching off and the other one's sleeping. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Finally, nobody's talking.
Yeah, when I did the tour cross country, so it was all done in a truck. And it took 10 months, and it was 38 states.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I trust me, I understand being on the road. But there's something so therapeutic in it, though, that it's been a really amazing feeling. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, with the podcast that we're doing right now, of course, we're doing 2 shows right now. And this year, we're actually going to take it on the road. So we're going to be hitting up some of the car shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think we're...
Which ones are you guys going to do?
So far right now we have Evil Shindig that is in... Where's it at?
I don't remember where it's at.
Well, that's smart. We always freeze when we're thinking
You're
about it.
You're asking me things on the spot.
We have Evil Shindig, and then we have Beatersville, which is in Kentucky. Correct?
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of that one before.
Yeah, so we'll be at that one. That one's in May, so that's like our next one that we'll be hitting. But we're trying to go out to shows that are not here in Texas. Not that we don't love them, but we want to meet more people. We want to see more people. Like, we're noticing like there's all these shows, but like no one really goes to them. I'm like, why? They look so cool. Like, I'm learning about them and I want to book them. I'm like, let's go. Like, I don't care. We'll figure it out.
Especially like the cool smaller shows that are different, like different parts of the country, and you kind of get like a whole different vibe and a different type of culture. It's really cool to like travel and check that out and interview those people. I could see that being like, a lot of fun. Are you guys going to like any of the bigger shows like Viva or the Nashville Boogie?
So I was looking at so Viva's not going to be this year because we're going to be in New York the week before.
The week after.
The week after, because we're going to go meet John Waters. This is just a personal thing for us to go to.
Aww,
so,
nice.
Yeah, so we'll be in New York for a week. And then we're going to be going to Ventura in California. That one's in... What? October?
That is September.
September.
What is it? The first weekend of September.
There you go.
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to that one. Nashville Boogie has been one that I've been wanting to go to for years. So
it's my favorite.
I really want to try next year. It's because I want to because I started learning how to sew. And so, like, I have, like, a lot of crazy, like, when you're saying, like, you like to do, like the boots and like the outfits. So I had one made for me. I had a jumpsuit made with like custom fringe, and I know everybody goes all out for those shows. So I want to make my own. I want to make my own and take it and be like, I made this. Like, this was me.
That's really awesome. You totally should. I mean, that's the time that like, that's where it's going to be appreciated the most is events like that. Cause I mean, and that's one thing that I really did love about like preparing for shows or going to shows is like all the cool outfits you get to put together, and the custom stuff obviously is the best. I mean, everyone buys from don't get me wrong, I love like Pinup Girl clothing and all of those. They're awesome, and Trashy Diva and all that. I do love them, but it's cool when you can get some unique custom stuff made for sure.
I think that's like the best part that I've learned now is like now that I'm starting to learn how to sew, I'm like, oh my God, I want to make so many things, and I'm barely like learning how to even thread the needle. But I'm like,
it's okay. You got to keep dream big, you know?
I'm like, okay. Like I was telling him, I was like, we need a bigger house. I need a sewing room. I need all these mannequin dolls. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them yet, but I need them.
But you need them. It's actually funny because when I moved into that, our house now, which I think he asked me to move in like 2 months into it. I'm like, are you sure? Because his house looked like a cardboard box. Like, it had nothing on the walls. Like, you would think he was like a serial killer or something, you know? But he's just a typical dude. Like, he hates stuff. Now that I've decorated, he's like, it looks like a shenanigans. I'm like, but it's so cool. He hates it. He's like, nothing else on the wall.
Shout out to shenanigans.
Yeah, I know. So, but he did take one of the spare bedrooms that we have, and it was really sweet. He turned it into a whole vanity room for me. So I have, we put racks on the walls, so I have my clothes hanging up, and we just made it basically one big walk-in closet with the size of a room. And it's like where I go to just hang out and just be by myself. It's really awesome.
See, I told him the same thing, and he was like, "You're not gonna hang out in a closet." I was like, "I will. I'll just sit and look at everything." I was like, "I'm just gonna look and sit on everything." I was like, "I want a nice little couch so I can just lay there. Like I can just be in complete silence." Because he freaks out when like I'm off, because I'm off like on a Monday. So like I'll clean, I'll do everything I need to do, and then I'll just like sit in silence. And I'm like, this is nice. And then he comes home and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" I was like, "I'm relaxing. Like this is nice." He's
I'm just being with myself right now.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's a lot, you know.
Like, it feels nice to just be in silence. And he'll be like, "Are you sure? Like, don't you want to turn on TV?" I was like, "No, I'm good. Nope. This is fine."
I don't watch TV. I will watch now. Since me and Matt been together, our favorite thing is to, we'll smoke at night and watch Netflix. And I never really did that prior. I would always just like not watch TV or maybe watch a documentary. But like now we're like super into Ozark, and it's so messed up. And like, but yeah, anyways. That's the best part of my days, really, is after all the hard work, we both come home and we're like, "Are you ready to get high?" I'm like, "Yes." And then we just smoke.
Absolutely.
You're like, finally, this is what I've been waiting for.
Or occasionally, when I have nothing else, which is very rare, like I'll go in there, I'll go to the store, buy some supplies, and try to go do some weird makeup in my room. He'll like walk in, I got half my face painted white with some weird shit, and trying to do some like cartoon creative shit. Half of it doesn't work out, but he thinks it's endearing, so it's nice. It's like being a little girl and having my little playroom. Yeah, it's nice.
That is so awesome.
See, now I'm glad there's someone else that likes to do that, because he'll come home, same thing. I'll do all these fucked up things with my hair. I'm like, how does it? I know it doesn't look great, but the idea was there.
It was there. And practice makes perfect. I tell girls that all the time, like, because I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I find it so wonderful that people want to pay me to do these things, and I try my hardest, but I'm still learning. I mean, I constantly watching like makeup videos, as well, like, when we grew up, we had no tutorials.
Yeah, no.
We had the worst freaking makeup. These girls now that are like 6 and 7 years old are doing like full faces that are like amazing because of YouTube.
Yeah, no.
So I'm trying to catch up to them.
We had like the orange like concealer, and like you covered everything. You had like the tiny little eyebrows. You had the blue eyeshadow that you thought looked great.
White eyeshadow.
And you're like, this is good. And then you look at it, you're like, oh fuck, that was not good. Why didn't anybody tell me anything? And like,
it's so weird to think that we all like really were like, yeah, girl, like we were all just all wearing the same shit, and everyone thought it's just so weird. And then sometimes I tell myself, I'm like, am I going to look at my pictures 10 years from now and be like, what the hell was I thinking?
I think that all the time.
Yeah. But the good thing, and it is true why they call it classic when it comes to like the pinup stuff. It is classic. It's timeless, and that style, it really doesn't ever fade.
No, I've loved it. As I've been, as I've gotten older and stuff, I'm starting to lean towards more of like the classic like outfits, like looking into more like how to like design vintage stuff, because I want to be able to like wear stuff like that. But when you got a chest and you got like ass and legs, you can't fit into that stuff because they were like this and you're like this. It just doesn't work.
No, and all these girls, it's so funny because like the whole talk about getting ready for Viva and all these girls getting their true vintage. I'm like, bitch, that will not fit me because they didn't make spandex back then. Okay, I need things that are like a 4-way stretch. So I've always just tried to find things that replicate that that shape, that silhouette, but that are, stretchy. So,
no, I'm the same way. Like, they're like, oh, what about this? I'm like, there's like no stretch. This is like twill. It's not gonna fucking stretch or breathe. Like, there's no way. If I sit, that's it. It's gone. Yeah, it's like not. Gross. Like, I commend them for like going the distance and wearing that all day. But like, I remember I bought like a shirt and I showed them. I was like, this is exciting. I wore it for 10 minutes around the house. I was like, can't do it. It's hot. It's not comfortable. I can't put my arms up.
Are you a sweater?
Yes.
I sweat so bad. Like, just disgusting. So, yeah. It's miserable.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine Florida is the same as South Texas, like humid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, you step outside, you're like wet in 5 minutes. And sometimes it doesn't even make sense to do your hair and makeup. At one point, I lived in the Keys, the Florida Keys, for a couple years, working down there as a therapist. And yeah, I mean, that was probably the span of my life that I never did my hair, never wore makeup, because it's just so incredibly humid,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Ugh.
You guys, is it cold? Is it chilly there at all now? Does it ever get cold in San Antonio, or?
For about a week.
It was 2 weeks ago. It was cold for, like he said, for that entire week. But now we have sun out. Like, this is the perfect weather. Like, it feels like so breezy. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And people, like, when the summertime, it's deadly. Like, we don't go outside. I will not attempt it because I already sweat.
Heat stroke.
And I'm like, no, I just drenched my entire outfit and my hair. I look like I'm melting at that point. And it's like, no, I ain't gonna do it.
That's why, like, I don't understand, like, some of the car shows that take place during the summer. I'm like, that's like the worst freaking time.
I just mentioned this. I just mentioned this the other day. I was like, y'all don't understand. Like, that's not good weather for any kind of woman that wants to get dressed up because you're dying.
Like, for the guys, they don't care.
Yeah.
For us. And like, I've like done hair and makeup at pinup competitions for girls. When it's been like that, I'm like, oh, okay, you're going to pay me to do this. It's going to last you 2 seconds. I don't know what to say. Like, I feel so bad. They're trying to be so cute up on stage and they're literally look like a wet dog. God bless them. But I mean, that's why I don't perform. I can't do it. So yeah, I say we save all the car shows for the winter time.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Those are my best hair days. Those are my best outfit days. I'm like, I'm good. We're fine. Like, That's why
Have you guys moved down to Florida?
So I used to be a travel nurse. So I was in Florida. I was in Miami, and then where was I next? I don't remember where the fuck I was. But I was out there, and it was really fucking cool. And he hasn't really traveled at all. So, like, I think this year is, like, the year that I want to start taking him out more and, like, seeing stuff. Because, like, before, in my last relationship, before I met my husband, like, we didn't do shit. Not just because, like, neither of us wanted to, but, like, it was just not in the cards for me. And, like, now that I've gotten older, I'm like, no, like, I want to experience stuff. I want to go out of Texas. I want to go meet people. Because I love talking to people. I love meeting people. And that was, like, one of the fun things about, finding this community and, learning, like, all about people and, like, learning how they're in the culture and stuff like that. So I'm like, I want to meet other people like me. Like, this is fun.
Yeah, and if you guys should totally come to one of the Florida shows one year, and then we'll have to, like, try to do some type of something together at an event or something. That'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
I know Scratch is going to come down in May. Yeah, so he's going to come here for his birthday. Actually, his birthday's on the same day as my fiance's birthday.
Oh.
So, yeah, we're going to meet up with them. So that's going to be pretty exciting. I think they're coming to Daytona. We're only like 30 minutes from Daytona.
Oh, okay. Nice. I've learned this, that everybody who lives, like, out of Texas, they're like, oh, they're only from here. Like, we're only about 30, 40 minutes. Us, it's like, we're about 2 hours from them. We're about 4 hours from them. So, what time do you want to meet?
Well, thank God for Zoom,
Exactly. Yeah. Shout out to Zoom. We've used all of your platforms to do these podcasts. So we're going to start looking for some sponsorship soon.
Well, before we head out, is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to that's made you who you are, who supported you through all this?
Oh, God, there is so many people. Obviously, number one now, my fiance for sure. He's been so incredible, and just like that type of relationship that isn't afraid to let you still be you and go out and do the things that you need and want to do and need to remain an individual, but super supportive. He always carries all my makeup cases, all my hair stuff, photo shoots. He's like, man, I got him to dress up as a merman because one of my friends asked if he would do a charity calendar. And I was like, will you put on a tail and be a merman for a pinup charity calendar? He was like, I guess, I love you, whatever. So definitely him. He's my number one. But yeah, I definitely, my friend Kira and my best friend Bonnie, they're the ones who taught me how to do hair and makeup. So I would say they're definitely my biggest supporters as well. Without them, I wouldn't be doing it, but yeah.
Absolutely.
And then to all the girls that have booked me, it's been such an amazing opportunity to really sit and spend an hour and a half with these women who never take the time, most of them don't take the time to ever do something for themselves because they're mothers or they're mothers and wives first and foremost. So it's really cool to like work on them, and most of these women never even wore makeup before. So to really be able to like show them what they could look like, it's like really you just watch their confidence change and like this whole like alter ego come out. So I think that's probably what I love the most, is being able to have that experience. So yeah, I would say they're probably like, that means the most to me, is having their support. So yeah. Them.
Well, we absolutely thank you, Charlotte. We had an amazing time with you. Everyone's going to be so excited to hear about you. We'll definitely have to go down the road and have another interview with you so we can catch up and meet up. Hopefully in the future, if not this year, next
absolutely.
year. But
yeah, once we get Rudu here to the States and we get some big things going, we'll revisit this.
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be awesome. Now, folks, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please go and leave us a rating and review, because that's what makes all of this like build, and it ups our metrics quite a bit. Also, of course, jokes is jokes, but Evil Shindig, that's in Evansville, Indiana.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just totally blanked on that when you asked me things
so
on the
mad.
spot. Bob and Mary, y'all put on an excellent show, and the custom couple is looking forward to being there. So we will see y'all. I think it's in October. So if you go to their page, you will find all the information on that. And as always, keep it wild.